Hi, this is Doc Bradley, Pinhead from the Hellraiser movies, and you're watching Death Curse Society. You better keep watching, or I will tear your soul apart.
Rock and roll!
6 o'clock already, it was just in the middle of a dream. I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. But I can't be late, cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish your bed was already made. It's just an automatic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. My I don't have to run day. It's just an automatic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. It's just an automatic Monday.
That's right, baby. Monday Maniacs, you're with Death Curse Society. I am Zigzag. I got the Colonel. I got Phase. Crank is on assignment.
On assignment.
That's right.
Yes, everybody's got to do their part around here, man. So sometimes you got to be there. You got to be there. It's just the way it is.
Right. I scheduled the day off and he beat me to it. God damn it.
God damn it, Billy. But yeah, man, we're going to keep going. We've got an interesting, another one of those comparison shows, if you will. But, you know, I don't know. This one.
Well, I'm excited for tonight because I'm popping my cherry, my proverbial cherry, on the comparison episodes. I was on assignment when you guys did the fog. So.
And I don't, you weren't here even when I said this. I feel like I don't feel like we did it justice. I don't feel like we've exorcised that demon just yet. There may be, I don't know, something up the road. We might have to revisit that bullshit again, but we'll see. I got to figure out the right way to do this. We got to kill this fucking thing. I feel like Tommy in part 6, goddammit.
But dude, we know you love the fog. We don't need an excuse to keep watching it and watching it and watching it and watching it.
We know now. I'm talking about the end, this other one, the bad one. I feel like I did a disservice in trashing it. I don't feel like I did it. I feel like it's still lurking about.
Might be a zigzag zone in the future.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like something's got to be done. I don't feel, again, I feel like Tommy fucking Jarvis, beginning of Jason Lives. I just don't want to have the same result where I set it loose and open up a new set of fans on it or something, you know? Good God. But yes, we are going to compare Nightmare on Elm Street, the original and the 2010 remake, and just to see if they measure up, if they balance up, did they need to do it at all? We're going to answer all the questions. Hopefully, you guys did your homework. I know some of you did, and it's going to be fun. But before we do, Colonel, don't you want to get it started and thank our lovely, lovely members?
Well, of course I fucking do. So, again, we're going to change things up a little bit. I don't give a fuck about these guys' weeks. What's more important to you, our members. So first, we want to thank our final girls and guys. C. Faze, Lorena B.D. Maggs, and Tyrone Swigert. Next special shout-out goes to our Crazy Ralphs, Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Raymond, and the whole damn enchilada pod. Damn it.
Damn it.
I got one up on that one. And, of course, a special thanks to our camp counselors, Corey, Luke, Dave, Jim and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ.
God damn, we love you guys.
Yes, we do.
Sure do.
Guys, we wouldn't be who we are today. And if you are not a member and you want to become one and support the DCS, just visit our website, deathcursesociety.com. Follow the link and all the details there. We'll get you looking real nice.
Oh, yeah.
What's
And special
going on?
thanks to me.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
fucking face.
He thanked himself. Come on.
That's the new thing. He's producing. Go ahead, dude. Take the spotlight for a second. I'm not going to throw you out.
Oh, I'm
I
putting him
don't
out for thanking himself. That's a little. No, I'm not. Faze has
No.
earned the right to not get kicked out. He's here, damn it. He's not getting kicked
I'm
out.
here, goddammit. I just watched both those movies. Just finished the remake 45 minutes ago, so this is fresh.
Now, you see, I started with the remake because I needed to cleanse the palate. Colonel knows. We had to do it, and I did right away. I mean, I was like, God, the first fucking 4 or 5 minutes of
Well, hold your thoughts.
We'll get
Hold your
there.
thoughts.
what the fuck?
But no, I did it the same way as you. I did the remake first Saturday night, and then the original yesterday afternoon after I got done mowing my jungle. Because, God damn it, I need a fucking break after that. I was wore out.
Well, hey, gotta take care of that shit. That's part of the homeowner blessing.
Fucking sucks, man. I had the fucking girls out there pulling weeds. I was like, all right.
Everyone's got to earn their keep tonight. You want
That's
some
right.
slop? All right.
It's like, if you want to earn this garlic Parmesan chicken you've been asking for, get out there and pull some fucking weeds.
Oh my god.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, it wasn't fun, and I'm sure most of you out there are feeling the same. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, if you did go ahead and watch it, I'm sorry. I really am, because this is a bad example of trying to continue and reboot a franchise. I mean,
Right.
as worse as it gets. I mean,
Is it that bad, though? Is it? I don't know.
I would say so.
I don't know. Well, you guys are fucking spoiling it. We haven't even started discussing it yet.
we're gonna get to it.
But
I mean,
I'm going to say, is it? It may not be as bad as you two think.
Okay, Colonel.
Yeah. So you guys want to dive right in? We've been teasing it long enough.
hey, we can jump
Might
in.
as well.
Let's see who's out here.
Yeah, let's check on the comments here.
Shout out everybody first. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
All right, so yeah, we've got Grizzly, and yep, oh yeah, that's. I'm in an additional meeting as well, so not much interaction tonight. No worries, brother.
No.
I know you did your due diligence, and
You sure did.
Reluctantly, he did not want to do it.
yeah, but they put up a great reel,
They
and I'm
sure
going to be chopping this thing up, man. This is a new set of drops here coming very soon from Grizzly and Death Curse Society. Bill is in the house, right, girls? You just don't want to comment because you lose your mind. It's true, man. It is true. Gina, hello, DCS family. Yes, she did too.
Hello.
She watched her show. Yes, same remake than original. In order. Okay. Looks like everybody couldn't finish the remakes. Right. Oh, you had to start with it because you knew. If you've seen it once, you already know that this thing wasn't executed very properly. We're going to break down exactly why we think it sucked, because it's no secret. Dude, this movie...
Speak for yourself.
No, I'm speaking for all, because this is...
No, you're not speaking for me. You are not speaking for me. I'm telling you right now.
I got to speak for you a little bit, Colonel. Just a little bit.
The remake is fucking awesome.
David Brown. Oh, I thought you were talking manscaping. Yeah, well,
No, that's our after-hours show.
Yeah, that's next. That's OnlyFans Colonel 169 there.
Yeah, tonight I'm going to show you gentlemen how to do a thundercloud so it looks like your dick's a lightning bolt.
Oh, for fuck's sake, we're going to be canceled before. Yes, yes, it is that bad. What he just said, and the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. All right, Land is Terex here. Damn it, all three of you made it. Is it through face? At the same time, I didn't screenshot it. Yeah, is it though? Okay, yes. Yeah, you should have screenshot it. You can still get it, man. You can replay this a little later and catch that, because I'd be interested in your thoughts on the faces there, because who knows, at the end of this, maybe Colonel will convince some others that
That's
this
right.
is not a waste of time and a bad idea. Not for Joshua, though. He says, fuck the remake. I'm right there. David Brown, I tried to enjoy the reboot, but just couldn't do it. Again, I felt the same. I was very excited when they announced this, and the whole casting, how that went down. We'll get into that, too. But, yes, so that's pretty much everybody. We got it all. It's yes, okay, yes. We're going to get into all that stuff, the makeup, the performance of the Freddys, all of it. It starts right now. And FaZe, how are we going to kick this thing off?
We're going to be starting with talking about the opening scene, which in both movies were quite different.
Quite different.
Quite.
Quite.
I think that's a little bit of an understatement.
Who wants to kick this one off?
Go ahead, Colonel.
Fuck it, I'll kick it off because I'm going to touch the remake, and I'll let you. Then we'll just, however you guys do this. Again, I don't know. If I'm not doing this right, let me know.
No, go ahead.
All right, so the fucking opening scene of the remake, fucking trash. Okay, fucking trash. So here we are. Shit's already well into hitting the fucking fan, as we find out later in the movie. But then you got dude just fucking tweaking out the fucking diner. I need my coffee, falling asleep. Everybody's talking to him, trying to find it out. It's like, okay. We're going to kind of introduce Freddy like we did in the original. But here's something the remake did that the original didn't do. Within the first 5 minutes of the movie, you got a full-blown shot of fucking Freddy. There was nothing to look at. Your imagination didn't play any fucking role. Boom, there he was in your fucking face. And then you get your nice little CGI slit throat, the fucking CGI blood coming out. It was fucking trash. It was a terrible way. Like I said, leave something to the imagination. I'm well aware of the fact I'm watching a remake. The audience is well aware of who the fuck Freddy Krueger is. Yeah, let's pretend like we fucking don't for a little bit. Just don't show me everything within the first 5 fucking minutes, man. I like that mystery. That's what I like about the original. We had a little bit of mystery for like the good first 10, 15 minutes of the movie. This one's right in your fucking face. It's just infuriating, man. Fucking infuriating.
I concur 100% with Colonel's take on the trash opening of the remake. So, I'm going to jump right to the original and say, wow. Set that fucking tone immediately. You're inside a nightmare with Tina, the fucking crazy synthesized soundtrack, the shadows, the kids crying and laughing, goats. It's all there, man, in this fucked up boiler room. It puts you on edge 4 seconds into the start of the fucking movie. I mean, he makes the glove. That is epic. Seeing that, how it's crafted, and then jumps right to Tina's fucking nightmare, and then you're kind of already like, what the fuck, when she wakes up, you know? You get a huge jump scare that kind of jars you back to, all right, we're awake now. But goddamn, what a difference. I mean, dragged in, kicking and screaming against kicking and screaming to get a fucking way from it, man, because it was so goddamn awful. Original, Colonel?
No, the original is, if you want to set up a fucking movie, brand new fucking horror character, this is the way you do it. I got enough information about Freddy just from the opening sequence, like I said, from trying on the glove to Tina's nightmare. Like you said it perfectly. It's fucking unsettling. Like it's edge of your seat from the fucking jump. All right. It's so much fucking better. This is how you fucking do it, man. This is how you fucking do it.
And let's call a spade here. We're looking at the genius of Wes Craven versus.
Well, of course. I mean, that's something I was going to bring up much later into this.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be a reoccurring theme in my fucking notes. So.
Sure.
Like I said, we're comparing. Unfortunately, for this fucking versus, we're comparing fucking apples to oranges here. Like they're the same in title alone. I even think some of the characters' names are different in the remake. Like I think Nancy's the only one that's named the same.
Oh yeah, we've got
Chris, wrong, I have to look it up,
Chris,
but
Nancy, Jesse, Quentin as our people in.
There you go.
Yeah. But this is like what happens when you have a filmmaker write and do his thing against a group of people making a film, if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. But yeah, again, totally hooked at the opening. I thought they just, if fucking movies had like what's in radio, what's called a cold open, Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake. I mean, and they kind of dump you right into, I don't feel like it was a good spot timing wise, or even it's not jarring. It's just more confusing, if anything, you know, but obviously we know, but I felt those characters knew a bit too much too soon.
Yeah, like I said, the opening scene from the original, for the remake, I said, you're in the middle of the shit. I hate that. You're putting me in the middle of the fucking story. That's not a fucking start, okay? Like maybe Quentin Tarantino, that's a start. But fucking Nightmare on Elm Street, no, it did not fucking work. They try to shock you, and that's the thing, they didn't. It wasn't even a good fucking shock. It was boring. Again, my biggest complaint: no fucking mystery. You had that mystery in the original. Remake, no mystery. It's all fucking right there in front of your eyes. And unfortunately, you get, like I said, you get that first shot of Freddy, and he just looks awful. I know it's. I'll stop there. We're going to talk about it, I'm sure.
Oh, we'll get on that pretty hard later.
Jesus Christ, man! They just fucking dropped the fucking ball multiple times. Multiple.
Yeah, fucking.
Went from a phenomenal opening to just something boring and very underwhelming. I mean, the original opening is one of the best openings in any film. I mean, fuck. They how just copy the same thing. They could have just done the same thing. It would have been fine.
When your goal is to depict a nightmare, you know what I mean? You got to blur those lines a little bit, man.
Sure.
And they did not do that. They just was like, oh, we're here, and we're going to let you kind of guess when something happens. Oh, yeah, we're in the dream world.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
They literally changed the fucking filter. Like, okay, you're in the dream world now.
That's true. Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's already, right away, even 14 years ago in the theater, I was like, uh-oh, after watching that, the beginning. So... Here we go.
Here we go. Should we move on to the next topic here?
Let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to be talking about the character introductions, which a little bit different here too, honestly. I mean, other movies started right away with, I'm blurring the names here. What was her name in the first one? I just watched both movies at the same time. So they're Tina.
Yeah.
Started with Tina. So you got to meet her right away. You didn't meet her character in the remake till a little while later. I mean, it's all just kind of muddled.
And you're kind of thinking she's the final girl at that point.
And you were thinking that, yeah.
Yeah. Look, like I said, it led with Tina, and the remake, you leave with a brand new character that's just put there to get fucking killed.
Dean.
And you got
Dean. This is your coffee, Dean.
You meet Trish, and hi Nancy. Like, the character introductions were fucking trash again. In the fucking remake, it was all given to you right at the start. All your character introductions. Here's our 4 main fucking players. Here you go. Like I said, the original Tina. It's kind of like a Psycho effect. You think Tina's going to be your main character, and Nancy's just like the girl next door best friend. You're led to believe that. Then that little switch, fucking Wes Craven could.
Master.
And there you go.
The master puts the switch on you, so when that fucking Tina kill hits, you're already going, oh, fuck. All rules are broken already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant.
Yeah, and they actually felt like fucking friends. The remake, how they were friends, dude. Like,
Thank you for saying this, man. They take you in this. You are there. You feel bad when they get taken out in the original. These fucking vanilla, paper thin depth characters in this remake, acting is okay, but they just do the script. They're not putting anything into it. Colonel?
No, dude, I agree. Like I said, you felt like you were part of, essentially from outside looking in, but you felt like you were part of that fucking friend group. Mm-hmm. You knew their dynamics. You had the 2 couples. The girls are the best friends. The boyfriends have to hang out with each other because the girls are best friends. And they really don't fucking like each other. But you got that. In the remake, it's like, we were in daycare together? I don't remember knowing you till high school. And that's their fucking connection. Again, I know. They're trying to make the remake was trying to make it its own film. So there has to be changes.
We get it.
But fuck, that's kind of a lame fucking change. Like, worked out this childhood trauma, but now why is that picture of me at your funeral? Like,
I don't remember meeting him at that age.
No, it made you not feel like you belong in this friend group. Like you don't know these characters. You don't care.
They didn't feel connected like they did in the original.
No, not at all.
You're more sitting there going, "What the fuck? What? Why are they doing this?" You know, I mean, I'm trying to make that connection while I'm watching it. Going, when you finally figure it out, it's like and then they lean so heavy on the molestation fucking angle too, man. That's the other thing that bothered the fuck out of me. Get to the plot changes when we get there. Fuck.
Yeah, we're kind of jumping all over the place.
I can't help it. I'm getting pissed.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
This one can be casual.
Yeah, character introductions again, original, done properly by a master filmmaker. The remake, just fucking how to make a movie for dummies. That's how they fucking did it.
Do you think it was casting or ability here for the remake?
Dude, I'm gonna go with the latter. The casting, honestly, I mean, if you look at the remake, it has a great fucking cast, dude. Especially like the parents, like they brought in some big names for this film, but they didn't do anything with them.
Yeah. Oh, I was so dude. Clancy Brown. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, like it's got some heavy hitters in it. I mean, even the kids at the time, you had some kids, they were doing other things. But they did nothing to make you feel like the only thing I learned about the new Nancy is that she liked to fucking draw. That was it. It's like, okay, she's an artist this time. She's not the girl next door. She works at a fucking diner. She don't have friends.
Right.
Like, why would I care about her? The acting was very, I think someone said in the comments, they wrote it, they wrote it in. You can tell the big names is a fucking paycheck, which is unfortunate. And the casting, I don't know. I don't think they did a good job. Because here's what I like about Nancy in the original. Heather Langenkamp, she looked like your girl next door. You fucking knew her. Like, you went to school with this girl. Everybody knew this girl. Nancy in the remake, they don't do anything to help you think that's the girl next door. Like, oh, I went to school with this girl or anything like that. She was just stone-faced most of the fucking movie. I'm going to show you. It's just where Heather did a real good job of portraying emotion, portraying that frustration with her parents not listening to her and everything else. You didn't get that with the cast in the remake. You really didn't.
They really kind of took, just made you not care about it. It's absolutely generic. I mean, I'm not saying they acted, any of them were bad per se, but nobody stood out. Nobody stood out. Who stood out in this?
Nobody. Not even Freddie.
Not even Freddie.
No, I'll say that in my thoughts on that for later.
Yeah. Like they were working with a bad script, and even the directing, it felt like the words, all right, good enough, were said a lot during the making of this film.
That and the rumor mill, again, I don't have any proof. Like I was there, but I mean, they were doing rewrites constantly.
I believe it.
The studios getting involved. They just kept rewriting the shit out of it. I know that didn't help either.
Well, we kind of bled into this topic a little bit, so might as well.
All right, we can
changes.
We'll fill the holes now.
Oh yeah, we could talk about the whole movie with this because we don't really go down the timeline this time.
I mean, again, they take you right in. You're part of the gang almost, and it hurts a little bit when they start getting taken out. You feel bad for them. You're vested here in the original, and then the remake. Really, I was, as far as I went, was who's next, and how.
See, now this is one of the things I'll kind of give the remake props for, even though they executed it. I saw someone going to say I'm going to say the F word a lot tonight, so I'm trying to behave. They executed it very poorly. I like the plot of Freddy was a child murderer in the original. In the remake, he's a molester. I thought they did a really good job changing that plot and filling in that plot that he was a molester, even though, as a parent myself, why, if you're molesting kids, why would you scratch them up with your gloves, knowing your parents are going to see it that same fucking night when you give them a bath? They're fucking 4. They can't bathe themselves. You're going to see the shit. That was kind of dumb. But I'll give them props at least trying to change it into he's no longer a murderer, he's a molester. Both are bad.
I don't know. I kind of hated that personally.
See, I didn't mind it though because that felt more realistic. But like
I'll
I said,
give you that. It's just it's a
poorly.
disgusting direction for the character. It just, I don't know.
I mean, come on, let's be honest though. Freddy, I know it's a child murderer. Are you sure he wasn't diddling little kids before he killed them?
It was
sure
always implied, but that's
Yeah.
the key word is implied. It was no longer implied in this remake.
And he was murdering the kids in the first one. He wasn't.
I'm
He might have been
sure
molesting.
he's playing with no, the way he was being sexual and stuff and Nancy and stuff. He was diddling them. I'm
Oh,
telling
he
you.
yeah.
Like
no.
they said, it was implied.
Yeah.
You go, 30 years in the future or 30 years ahead. You got to make it more. What's the word I'm looking for here? Not just realistic, but you got to make it a little more shocking. You can't just say, "Oh, he just murdered kids." You have to add the molesting part. You got again. I'm with Fades. I really didn't need that part, but it did make it a little more realistic. Feeling.
All right. I don't like that kind of shock value, I guess.
Just, made it different, but not any better, and didn't do anything to the character. Didn't make it any more menacing. None of that. Didn't work.
Not at all.
Fucking work. That was just I don't know. I conceptually, if they'd have did it somehow differently, they probably could have did something there, and made it, like maybe he was burning the kids too. I don't know, man. Something just to add a little more to it to justify where we get to. Kind of, with they catch him in the old one, they kill him. That's straight up. He gets off, and he's supposed to be a free man and everything. Hey, I had my trial, and they still said, "Fuck that, you're out." So he had a reason to come back and kind of finish it. I don't know, man. It just seemed a little more like supernaturally sound back then in '84 when they did this, compared to.
I mean, you're acting like this one isn't supernaturally sound, and this is one thing I do nitpick. I hate about the remake. In this one, you get that backstory to Freddy. They show you the flashbacks and the dream sequence.
In the hallucination, yes.
Yeah, I can do without that, but that's another way to tell his backstory.
I'm fine with that.
Use the kids like, hey, he was innocent. He didn't do anything, and it just bugs me that that he was like obviously fucking at least hurting these kids. There's it's just again, if you were to fucking do that, you wouldn't make it so fucking obvious that you're hurting these kids. It's just dumb.
Hey.
Like it was dumb, but it still gives you that super. Now he's getting revenge on these kids for essentially getting him fucking murdered for the parents killing him. So it's the same motive, just slightly different.
It's just again, man, the whole connection with a picture she can't remember is so fucking dumb. I mean,
Well, that was the dumb recurring theme through the whole fucking remake. They didn't remember. At least in the original, Freddy was just getting revenge on the parents. He didn't give a fuck about these kids. You know what I mean?
but yet they're right away. They know if you die in your dream, you die for real. What the?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right away.
Man? How do they know? See,
There's a lot of weird shit.
Because that
script
one
like
kid
that.
that moved away did a blog, man. They recorded
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's one thing I miss about movies,
He
man.
vanished.
When we had these fake fucking internet search engines and all these fucking movies. Now they usually pay for the rights to show Google or something just real
Sure.
quick. But man, I miss seeing like Web Explorer.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I was like, goddamn, that's so early. That's so 2010s. I miss
That was good.
web slinger. Well,
Shit.
The Web
All right.
Diddler. I don't know.
basically they changed a bunch of shit and it all sucked. How about
Pretty
that?
much. Yeah. For black changes. Let's look at some of these comments here.
Yeah.
Derek says, seriously? They did a full reveal in the first scene? Jesus. Referring
It was-
to how they revealed Freddy in the
A
remake.
very cheap jump scare where he's like, found you. They turn and
Yeah, and
It was super
not a
cheap.
very good jump scare. On top
no.
of that.
And you're kind of, you know what? If there hadn't been any other Nightmare on Elm Street before this, and this is what we got, it probably okay.
I still don't think it would have been okay, dude. I think we would still be like, this is kind of shit. Just being honest with you, we had
would
nothing
not
else to
have
compare
that
it
frame
to.
of reference, so this would be a completely original take.
It would be, but it'd still be shit. Because even watching the original, the jump scares are better. Everything's just better. I know we'll get into that, so I don't go too far. So
Soundtrack.
Oh, big time. The soundtrack was huge.
That's it.
Christopher says.
all right, back to the comments. Sorry.
Yeah, you're all good. Just the scene of Freddy making the glove in the original is scarier than the entire remake. Which,
Well, it's
sure.
really,
I mean, the remake
like,
wasn't scary at all.
Nobody's seen anybody get hacked up with a knife gloves. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's very unique.
It's a good fucking idea.
Some of those Chinese fighting movies, they had shit like that, but back in the day, Bruce Lee,
Right.
some guy in Enter the Dragon, had a kind of a stiffer three-pronged Freddy glove, but same effect.
That's more like Wolverine than Freddy. But I know you're talking about that.
I'm down, yeah. You know, we got Wolverine, but Wolverine, aside of some really cool graphic novels, wasn't carving people up like that, you know, as much.
Oh, good. Oh, lots of comments here. Great ones. Fucking Tarek says Crank is out saving the whales or some shit.
Yeah.
Hey, you know
This
the
is
man
free
has
in the
a
Willy?
project.
Freeing the Willy. That's crank as fuck, Patricia. Thank you.
And of course, considering the topic, I know Colonel's going to be saying the F word a lot. Oh,
And
we all
that's why
will
I'm
be.
trying to wipe my fucking mouth.
I say, fuck it, it's good therapy. You got to get it out at this point, man. It's like, we're not coming back here again. So, say it loud and proud. Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Fuck you!
That's
Fuck
right.
you. Paula says Grizzly and I had to see it in the theater chaperoning a date, and we wanted a refund. Yeah, nobody's liking this remake, man.
Oh, God. Who was it that said, okay, it feels like we've been watching this movie 15 hours and there's still an hour to go?
Oh, God.
I looked at my phone 272 times, like watching
Shit,
the
I had
I
to.
behaved.
too.
As much as I wanted to look at my phone, I did a couple times, but like not as much as I wanted to. I was about to break out fucking Candy Crush. Like, all right, I don't really need to pay.
Oh, my God. Luke gets pretty heated here. He says, I hate the remake with a passion. It took me 14 years to finally finish it. Made me so bored that every time I tried to watch it, I fell asleep. Man,
You know
I don't
what?
blame you.
I don't blame you, and I can also honestly say the same about the Friday the 13th remake. I don't think I've ever watched that and not fallen asleep, including when it was first released in the theaters. And that one is way better than this.
Of course, he follows it up with worst fucking remake ever made.
I beg to differ.
Yeah,
There's two other ones I can think of that are worse than this.
they're pretty bad. The
Can't name one of
unmentionable.
them on this show.
You can't even name one of them.
Nope.
No, Black Christmas?
Ah!
No, you son of a bitch. Colonel, you're in timeout.
I know now. Throw him out of here, FaZe. What the fuck?
Oh, no. We don't throw out the current.
No, I can't do that.
I just granted him immunity from getting thrown out. If he does it, he broke the fucking peace treaty. It's going to be a fucking free-for-all. Let's just keep peace going, man.
Yeah, peace.
No good.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace and love, but not peace and love from Christopher Montoya, as he says, why the fuck was Freddy a creepy gardener? Really? And why would the gardener be alone with the kids? I'm with you, Christopher. I do
That
agree.
really didn't make sense because a daycare doesn't need a full-time gardener that lives in the fucking basement.
Dude, no
Custodian
shit.
would have
Right?
made more
Unless
sense.
maybe his family owned the daycare, and they just like his mom did or some shit. She had to put him somewhere, so she went from her basement to her business's basement.
Yeah, give us a reason why. I mean, even that little sprinkle of a detail helps immensely.
He wasn't even using a good gardening claw. I was like, that's some cheap shit. Like that's Dollar General, man. Get something good, son. Like,
I don't know, man. It seems like every turn they made with this movie was just another mistake. God, how could you? You know what I mean? You got a chance to redeem yourself, and you go the wrong way again.
Opposite
Damn it.
direction.
hey, FaZe.
Yo.
Do we have a topic where we talk about the recreated scenes? Talk about that now. That's not realized.
We have best and worst scenes, but other than
There we
that,
go. That worked. Never mind. I
All right.
remember.
cool. All right. Let's see. What was I gonna? Yeah. Grizzly says The only thing I think the remake did better was Freddy's voice, and then they overused it. And even then, all I could think of was Rorschach from The Watchmen. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce
It's Rorschach. That's exactly what Grizzly. I 100% agree with at least the second statement you made. I wasn't a fan of Freddy's voice in this movie. Definitely not better than Robert Englund's.
I don't know if he said it was better. Well, actually, he did say it better. I don't know.
But dude, I'm telling you, I'm watching this movie and I just keep hearing fucking Rorschach from The Watchmen. That's all I fucking heard, dude. That's why I'm like saying. I'll get to it later. But yeah, I'm with you on that second part. That's all I fucking heard, man.
I kept hearing Kelly from Bad News Bears.
All those balls didn't even drop yet by the time you made that movie. What are you talking about?
Well, how about The Sure Thing?
All right.
Another 80s tits and ass movie.
Never seen it.
Yeah, it has a bunch of guys from went in to make horror movies and stuff and different kinds of things. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so many good comments, but I am going to move us on here to characters and acting, which kind of already talked about a little bit. I mean, kind of a lot already, actually, with the remake. But with the original, I mean, obviously, like most horror movies from that era, they were really fucking good, surprisingly. All of the final girls were always so great. And yeah, just with the remake, it was more the scripts than the characters. I mean, the acting, I feel like would have been a lot better if they had a better script. The characters didn't drag the movie down at all for the remake, in my opinion. It was all the script.
I could agree with that. I could agree with that because, yeah, man, they had nothing to work with.
Nothing.
There was nothing. There was fucking literally nothing to work there. Literally. Sorry, my computer froze.
I was wondering.
Thank God for those. No, I mean, I agree with you guys. I mean, mostly the remakes, mostly the script. I thought the acting was just kind of phoned in. It was acting. I've seen worse. I've seen a fucking lot better, especially like in the original. And in the original, you got a lot of no-name actors for the most part. I mean, fucking it even says introducing Johnny fucking Depp, like fucking nobodies. And they acted their fucking asses off like it was their first job and they were trying to make it in the fucking industry.
Right.
That's what I like about a lot of these 80s horror movies. And I'll admit, most of the acting still isn't fucking perfect. I don't watch a low budget and independent fucking horror film expecting great acting. None of them. I mean, it's even this fucking Friday. I do not expect great acting. But if it's believable, I'm fucking right there with you, man. Like I said, it's just a bunch of young kids trying to break into the industry, acting their fucking asses off. And you can tell.
Sure.
I have to say yes. All four of them still working in the industry today. Not necessarily acting. Some of them are behind the scenes, but none of them, they have all had flourished careers since Nightmare on Elm Street. That's
one of them got so famous, somebody shit in his bed.
God damn.
Johnny fucking Depp, later on becomes fucking, the Keith Richards pirate. Fucking.
Just blew the fucking thing. Who would have fucking known? Sure, fucking Wester's fuck didn't know. I can tell you that.
No kidding.
He just had an inspiration, an idea, and those kids were the right parts to make it even more believable than it had any business being. And it fucking worked all the way.
So well, do we go into the big debate here?
Characters.
Sure.
Yeah.
Robert Englund versus Jackie Earle Haley as Freddy Krueger.
Are we sure this is a fucking debate? Like,
to be fair,
to me, it's still not a debate. 14 years ago, I would have said, Jackie did the best with what he could do.
Right.
Even this one, I'll still say Jackie did the best with what he could do. Unfortunately, he played a more memorable character that kind of ruined this one for me again with Rorschach. But let's be honest, it doesn't matter who you put behind the scarred face. It's not Robert Englund. Now, if Nightmare on Elm Street only had maybe the first two movies and that franchise was done, you can do something. Robert took Freddy, made him his fucking own. That is Robert Englund. Unfortunately, unlike Michael and Jason, Freddy fucking talks. I'm not a big fan of stand-up comedic fucking Freddy, but that's what people expect, and that's what they've been fucking getting since part 3. It's not. You can't compare them because it's not. Again, apples to fucking oranges. It's not a fair comparison. One's a legend in his own right. The other one's a solid fucking actor.
Who got handed a
Wasn't
shitty
a great
script?
Freddy. I mean, he did the best that he could. Again, a lot of it was the script. A lot of it was the shitty CGI. But at the end of the day, it wasn't Freddy. It just fucking wasn't, and we'll never get another Freddy. I'm sorry.
Right. They will. I mean, they're obviously going to be doing probably, I imagine, something in the future with Nightmare on Elm Street. And they're going to get somebody to play Freddy, but once again, they're just not going to be Robert Englund. You can't be Robert Englund. There's only one Robert Englund on this planet, and that's the only Freddy.
I mean, this is a debate I'll give you right now. If New Line Cinema will bring back Freddy, I can see them more than likely doing a lot of reboots of the Conjuring films. Because right now, New Line Cinema is all about the Conjuring. They forgot Freddy built fucking New Line Cinema. I mean, they brought out Lord of the Rings movies and just totally fucking changed and got bought out and all kinds of shit. I don't think they're going to do it.
Robert Englund, it's truly one of those roles that you can't see anybody else doing. And I'm convinced now, after seeing this again, Dave McRae did a better job than Jackie Earle Haley did, in my opinion. But again, I don't necessarily blame Jackie Earle Haley for this being the problem here, because Colonel said it, he only did what he had on the pages.
Sure.
And to their credit, they tried to make him scary again. They got rid of most of the stupid one-liners, at least the ones that were not as threatening. You know what I mean? And so they tried, but it just didn't hold water, man. It just didn't work with that delivery. He sounded good, yes, but I mean, and the cool thing about it was the internet it flexed its muscle back. First time I ever saw this happen, their influence got Jackie Earle Haley this Freddy Krueger job. I mean, that was the demand. That's the only person they were calling for was him to do this. And he was like, I'll fucking do it. And that's all it took. They hired him. It was like a couple of great. I was like, this is going to be awesome. I was so stoked when they announced that he was I was like, holy shit. People went out and voiced their opinion in a friendly, safe manner on the internet, and it fucking worked. They got the guy they wanted. And then the script. And then the script. And then
oh, sorry, Zach. Go ahead.
It just goes back to the script. I don't think Robert Englund could have made anything with that script. That's how bad that script was.
Well, also, I don't know about you guys. I felt like Jackie was playing Robert. All the shit, the fingers doing this. That's a Robert thing.
Sure.
In the original, not in the original, but in the later films, and you know, the scratching wasn't the original scratching the knives on metal and that sound. But now you get sparks to enhance it. It was just the sound was even fucking scarier. I felt like Jackie was a cosplayer trying to be Robert Englund. Or as we mentioned in some of these Friday the 13th fan films, the people playing Jason are trying to act like Kane Hodder. He really didn't try to make it his own either. I mean, it was the script and him probably being told, oh, Robert did this. That's kind of what it felt like.
14 years ago, I gave this man a pass for this role. I was like, this isn't his fault. But after watching it again and just his interpretation of the garbage he was trying to get out, it just made it even that much worse. So I'm not really happy with this iteration of Freddy at all. I mean, even less, if that's even possible. So, yeah. Robert Englund in a fucking landslide.
100%, like not even a chance.
And the best thing about Robert Englund, he'll tell you the best restaurants in Houston.
Yeah.
Whether if you ask him about it or not, he's just going to fucking tell you. Next time you go to Houston, check this place out.
Yeah.
I've never been. Well, I've been once now, but.
Don't let the dead flies in the window deter you.
Yeah. Well, let's check out some more comments here. Let's see. Got Cocktail Flicks. I remember meeting these guys at a convention.
Hey,
I
Texas.
could never remember which one. Was that Texas?
Frightmare.
Frightmare, nice. Personally speaking, the remake did nothing for me. Debate is over. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. We have to do a 2-hour show here.
Make sure there's no doubt after this. That this movie, we'll see.
Let's see. Patricia says nobody can have more charisma and acting style that Robert Englund has. He has such a unique way of playing Freddy. Right. I mean, yeah, I couldn't say it better myself.
I don't know. I think if you really if you really made a, you know what I mean, a monstrous, just absolutely brutal Freddy that just no fucking one-liners, just death and cutting, and you know what I mean. I maybe that could work, but I just don't. I don't know, man. You can't do it this way. You can't come in. Yeah.
Dude, I disagree. The one-liners, what people fucking love. It's absolutely, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. I'm really not. Outside of the original and part 3, I can give 2 shits and a fuck about the rest of them. I just watch them for the kills because they're imaginative. But no one else I mean, again, it's just Robert making that character his own. Like in the original, the weight of the fucking glove, weight of his arm down. So he incorporated that into the fucking character. He made, I didn't see Jackie doing shit like that. I just saw him trying to pretend to be fucking Robert.
Right.
I have a feeling if you try to make him scarier and take the one-liners away, it's just still not going to work because people.
No. Jackie, or Haley, he had his chance. I'm talking if they try to do this again.
Well, I mean, still telling you, you're still wrong. If we are talking about trying to do this again, people want those fucking one-liners.
It doesn't matter. You're trying to remake a franchise from scratch. You got to take a different fucking path, man. Or you end up in the same fucking square. That doesn't work, dude.
I get what you're saying, but like I said earlier, Freddy's the one that fucking talks. Leatherface doesn't. Michael Myers doesn't. Jason doesn't. He's a character all to himself, man. It's not going to fucking work.
Right. I'm with Colonel on that one. I prefer
cut it back to laughs, like sinister laughs and grunts and shit like that. I guess I'm saying is this is what I want to see attempted. If we're going to try to reboot Nightmare on Elm Street, you've got to do it the right way. You've got to make it scary, and you can't bring any aspect to Robert Englund again. You can't, no jokes, none of that shit. None of it. Or it'll never work ever. If you're ever going to try to do this right, you've got to try to think of a new formula.
I'm saying just leave it the fuck alone. At this point, you tried it, leave it the fuck alone.
This experiment is enough for me.
I mean, it's bad enough talking to New Line, and I'm not even sure everyone's doing it. I'm going way out of the realm of fucking horror here. But here's all you need to know about fucking Hollywood today. They're taking Peter Jackson to remake his Lord of the Rings movies that he made the first fucking time. The fuck? Just George Lucas that shit then. Just upgrade the fucking special effects and release them. Why? That's why I'd rather them not touch fucking Freddy. Just leave him the fuck alone at this point.
That would be ideal, but that's not the money talk.
Well, the money, they still haven't done it either because Halloween already had a fucking new trilogy. Scream is working on their new trilogy. We all know why Friday the 13th isn't working on a new trilogy. They could have done it with Nightmare. They didn't touch it. Instead, they brought us Conjuring 3 and Annabelle 15. So,
right. No kidding.
They own that shit.
I agree with you, Colonel. Freddy is my least favorite of the main slashers as well. I prefer my killers quiet. I like them to shut the fuck up and just kill.
I like the strong, quiet type. You know?
Sure.
I'm on record for Nightmare on Elm Street. I'll take 1, I take 3, and you can have the rest. I'll stand on that, man. 4 and 5.
No love for part 2 here.
You guys love that shit, but I'm not a fan of wisecracking, cool, fucking pop culture Freddy. Never have been.
Fair enough. No love for part 2 here.
I love part 2.
Okay. Part 1 through part 3? Is that what you're?
I guess I could say part 1, because Freddy is scary in part 2, folks. He's still scary.
Part 2
I love part 2
movie, dude. I'm sorry. Part 2 is so fucking bad. Like I can't.
Bad, but Freddy is scary though. He's not.
But it's still bad. I'm still
it's
not
bad, but I love it. Anyway.
it's bad on a whole other reason, dude. I mean, go
Luke
ahead.
says, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, I saw it for the first time when I was 5 years old, Jesus Christ, which was in 1991, and my stepmom threatened to call Freddy Krueger to kill me. Movie has had an effect on me. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
that's rough,
horrid,
bro.
man.
Dude, Luke, man, if you ever need to, man, I got a couch you can lay on. I'll just sit down and listen to you, man.
Holy
No
shit.
kidding.
God,
man.
damn.
Jesus Christ. On behalf of the DCS to Luke's fucking stepmom.
Fuck you!
What the hell, man?
That's
I
terrible.
mean, obviously it must have worked.
Yeah, man.
God, jeez, old Pete, that's one way to punish a kid, man.
That's heavy. 5 years old. Yeah, I wouldn't have appreciated that. That's a scar.
Yeah.
I
So Christopher.
I was 5 years old. Just took my mom and said, "I'll get your stepdad." And I was like, "Oh no, I'm good." Like,
Yeah,
he
shit.
wasn't even a mean dude. I just didn't want to get in trouble. I'm like, all right.
Fair enough. Christopher agrees with you, Colonel. Well, Ziggy's dealing with that. He says, I hope they don't, Colonel. We all need to let movies be what they are. Nightmare on Elm Street doesn't need a reboot. And it certainly didn't, which we'll get into that later.
You agree with both of us then, because I don't feel like we need any more of those either. But
Right.
if you're going to force it on us, this is how I would like it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Sure. Right.
This should calm me down now a little bit, folks. I know I'm getting a little worked up here, but
It's a pretty good one. Joseph says, let's talk about the makeup a little bit. Robert's makeup was genius and artistic. Jackie's just looked like bad paper mache. Pretty much.
and there's different depths in it at different times too, man. That's the other thing that was bothering me. I was like, ooh, that one looks good. That angle's really good. And then like you see him at this one on the screen here, and you're like, huh? And I understand it's more realistic to what a burned body would look like. I get it. Don't like it.
No kidding. Even Tarek says, just looking at the side-by-side image of Robert and Jackie in this episode just kind of spells it out. Like, yeah,
Pretty much.
a little bit. I found that image on Google. It's a great one. Let's see.
Motherfucker.
She says, I just love the vulnerability of the Nightmare on Elm Street idea, attacking people in their dreams. If you think about it, it's quite terrifying. It's where we least expect to be attacked. Of course. It's an
Yeah.
awesome, terrifying premise.
Because even although it was Robert Shea that insisted, like some of the things like running up the stairs and she gets stuck in the stairs, that shit's real. I've felt that. Everyone has felt that. You're stuck and can't run. You had to have that stuff, man, and it made it even better that those things were put in there like that. Those little dream nuances that we've all tasted.
Right. Well, I don't think we need to go into this next topic much because we already kind of been shitting on this the entire time. The writing and direction.
Dude.
Do we just move on because we've been shitting on this?
I got this. Hold on, because Wes
All right.
Craven, master storyteller, master visionary, master technician, and assembles a team to get what he fucking wants. Samuel Bayer, music videos, product commercials. All right, buddy. Excellent. Good stuff. One feature film credit. What happened?
Gee.
All right. I guess I'll give my 2 cents on this one before we move on. It's really fucking quick. The original horror legend remake. Zach just said his name. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
He made 200 music videos at Suicidal Tendencies, some really good ones. All over the map, every genre of music. So I'm impressed with that. He made commercials for Kit Kat and fucking Chef Boyardee and shit. I've seen that one. I love that commercial. Great job. Movies ain't your thing, bro.
No. I can't add anything to that.
Give me the 30 seconds.
Well, let's go into something a little more positive here. The best scenes. And of course, we have to pick one for both movies.
Phase, before we begin this, I would like to point of the finger of blame at a couple of more people. The writers of the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. Original, brilliantly crafted and written and inspired Wes Craven back in the day. And then we have Wesley Strick with credits like True Believer, Arachnophobia, Cape Fear. I'm fucking in. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Now, this Eric Heiserer, this was his first movie, but he went on to do, somehow he got hired again and got Final Destination 5, The Thing remake, and then recently Bird Box. So, I mean, the guy's not void of talent, I guess. But, wow, guys, swing and a miss on Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Colonel?
No, I already said what I had to say. It's like short and sweet when it came to writing and direction. I'm good. I agree with you. They can't all be winners. So
I just want a fucking participation trophy at this point for this one, man. We can't even give it that.
No. Nothing. You get nothing.
All right.
All right. So what were your favorite scenes for both the movies here? I mean, the original... I mean, they're both kind of tough to pick, honestly, because the original, there's so many great scenes to pick of, and in the remake, it's like, all right, well, what one can I tolerate the most? Like,
this is gonna be tough.
Go ahead, Colonel.
I'm gonna pick one that's not one of the more popular scenes. It is, but I don't want to steal anybody's thunder for the original. Dude, just the scene when Freddy's going down the alleyway and his arms are stretching out. Dude, the first time I've never seen some shit like any shit like that in my entire life.
mm-hmm.
As a kid, the first time I seen it, so fucking imaginative, creative, dreamlike. It's
Robert
fucking,
Shea. That was Robert Shea.
It was fucking perfect, dude. I mean, yeah, it looks kind of shitty now, but the first time I seen it, I didn't really think it looked shitty. It looked fucking terrifying.
You never had a dream as a kid where somebody just reached way the fuck out and grabbed you from 20, 30 feet away?
No,
I fucking sure have.
I didn't. Not until I started playing Friday the 13th game.
Shit.
It's goddamn the best scene for the remake. Fuck. You know how hard this is to pick one, and that's because they're all so fucking bad. Goddamn. Fuck, I just watched this 2 days ago. I'm drawing a fucking blank. Why don't you guys go do your best scenes for the original and give me time to think of the best scene for the remake?
Sure. For me, the original, Tina's nightmare at the beginning, the nightmare where she actually gets caught and killed. That shit fucked me up, dude. With her flipping all over the room and getting, when she gets sliced, the blood's flying everywhere. I was just like, this is definition of fucking slasher now, and I'm fucking terrified watching this shit. But that probably one of the top all-time kills in my book. I mean, it's just so intense and just so helpless.
See, good job for taking the low-hanging fruit. I had to think of something that was a little more difficult. I knew I was going to say that, so that's why I changed it.
I've got three. I
was told one, so I'm like, well, I can't do the Tina death because that's going to be brought up.
Do your next one, and I'll do so I don't steal any more of your thunder.
Well, FaZe hasn't given. FaZe get a little bit of this too before I steal his thunder.
I don't even know what my favorite scene would be for probably just the opening scene for the original. The remake, probably the credits because it was finally over. I genuinely don't know what the remake, man. Maybe the scene where in the flashback scene where they're burning Freddy, that was all right. I mean, CGI fire was shit, but I don't know. I really don't know.
Thunder Steel.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't agree with FaZe as far as the remake goes because I can't think of anything better, and that one does stand out the most.
Yeah.
Even though it looked fucking awful when he came running out on fire and you saw his face.
Yeah.
But that was probably one of the more tense scenes in the movie. So
I did like that part of filling in Freddy's story a little bit. The little bit that it did there, that little piece, it's probably all they really needed to do about his past. I dug that. I actually thought the CGI was passable when Dean cut his own throat. I was okay with it. I appreciated the effort. And
right.
Freddy being killed with the paper cutter was okay. And then the fucking face, Thundersteel and Prick, the end. The fucking end. I was so delighted when it finally ended. But I did like their ending with the mom and the bend over of the keys and then stand up, he's in the mirror. That was cool. Kind of like, oh.
Spoiler alert.
Oh,
No.
That was all right.
Going back to best scenes from the original, I mean, like I said, you got the opening sequence is fucking phenomenal. The stretched arms, Tina's death, Johnny Depp's death. Dude, even just fucking, Tina being dragged to the fucking hallway in that body bag covered in fucking blood. Fucking
Nancy
terrifying, dude.
Nancy sleeping in school. That was one of my
so fucking terrifying, man.
The
Done so well.
There's so much blood from the dragged body. That's what I fucking love about that. The flopping arm when she gets pulled back.
That flopping arm was a great fucking addition to that. Because I've seen it a million times, and this is like, I think the first time I really noticed the flopping arm when she got dragged. I was like, oh shit, I missed that before.
I wish I would have kept that. It was one of Nicholas Jackson's. We bought a bunch of his prints to give away for Curse Your Luck, and we gave that one away. And it was that scene where her legs are up and her arms like flopped. Fucking badass with a trail of blood, making the L, the right turn. Oh, so good, man. What a great scene. And then I dug the trapping when she started to become the self-trapping, trapping her house up and everything, that montage. How unique is that, man? Stepping up to the fucking plate, man, and becoming the fighter. Love that.
Well, at the time it was unique. It's very overdone now.
Yes. I am aware and of the fact that, yes, that was 1984, and she was like one of the first to do this way. With making fucking booby traps around the house to catch this motherfucker,
I just miss a good montage, dude. We don't get them like we fucking need them.
I think South Park had the last good one.
Yeah.
Montage!
Jesus Christ. I want to watch that episode.
Well, boys, you ready to talk about
let's see what some of the best scenes in the audience first.
You still got more for the best scenes?
No, for the audience.
For the audience? Okay. I was going to let them go through both, but that works for me. Let's see here. Let's see. Christopher says, when Nancy tells Freddy that he means nothing and he's shit at the end of the original is great too. That's how you defeat real life villains. Give them nothing.
I can relate totally to this movie because I did this as a child, like not to Freddy Krueger, to my faceless. It was like a white clown face with teeth and shit. It's a whole reoccurring nightmare I had for years. And
right.
Finally realized, like, you can't hurt me. This isn't real. Like, actually saying that. And that was it. It was dead that day. So this movie had a profound effect on me once I saw it, I mean, it's like, shit. Sure. It made me think, like, this happens to everybody, That's what it proved to me.
Let's see. Christopher says Tina's death scene was the best scene. She's so scared and being dragged up the wall. It's a bloodbath, and it really is.
And what I love about it is that it's a rotating fucking room because obviously each guy's not there, so that makes it even more fucking impressive.
Yeah.
So.
And then, goddamn, I think everybody got banged up a little bit making that scene too.
Mm-hmm.
Because that tech wasn't so new back then, or it was brand new. So I mean, that thing was probably spinning, and then you're flipping all around like a fucking.
Can you imagine the poor fucker that got stuck on it was just going around going woo, woo, woo?
Oh my god!
It's going 20 miles an hour. Turn it off! God damn it!
Luke agrees with Christopher. He says best scene in the original, Tina's kill. So innovative. Remake, none. He probably agrees with the credits, probably.
That's such a poor showing for the remake, though. When people have a hard time coming up with the best scene.
Oh yeah.
But I got more on that in the next topic.
It's so forgettable, man.
Tarek would say if they're all bad, yeah, you basically just have to pick one that you stayed awake the most during. Which, pretty much.
Hmm.
Let's see. Tarek's laughing. Irony, the best kill in the scene in the remake was literally Freddy dying. Yeah.
It's true, though. I mean, fuck. But there's a little bit more that symbolism we just talked about in the first one, you know, turning your back on what's scaring you. None of that in the remake.
There was symbolism in the remake. It was this.
Oh, man. Adam Christopher says the alternate ending for the remake wasn't bad. Wish they would have stuck with that over the original ending. I'm not sure what the alternative ending was for the remake.
When I rented it, I saw it, but I couldn't fucking tell you what it was.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't pop in my Blu-ray of this. I literally just streamed it off of fucking Netflix. So the theatrical version is what I watched.
Yeah, I rented it off Prime. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, Netflix. I was like, hey, they're both here. Great.
I said leaving soon. I was like, perfect timing.
Yeah, I think I got everybody's favorite scenes there. So, time for the worst scenes. Which, I mean, shit. Again, kind of hard because, like, gotta pick one that I like the least from the original, and then you just gotta pick one from the remake. Which I don't know. Can I pick the whole fucking movie for the remake? Does that count? No.
You can't. No, it doesn't count. You have to pick a scene. Here, I'll help you guys out.
All right.
This is short and quick for the original. Fuck, I'm drawing a blank on the character's name, but the fucking hanging in the jail cell.
You didn't like that?
No, because it didn't compare to the other kills. It was like
Fair.
like a budget kill. Like, okay, we might be a little low on the fucking money. This was film the shit in reverse and hanging. Dude, the worst scenes in the fucking remake was every time they try to recreate a scene from the original fucking film. The fucking, Tina's death was Chris's death or whatever it is in the fucking remake. Obviously, CGI her fucking flying around, her in the body bag being drugged around. It just was fucking awful. It's like, if you're going to try to remake these scenes, go a step above, not 10 steps below.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was literally a shitty, almost try a shot for shot fucking reshoot with better technology that somehow looked fucking worse.
Right. The bathtub scene was really bad in the remake.
Yeah. Oh god, it's just fucking awful.
Damn.
Yeah, I would say in the original, the only thing I could, and I would have liked to have seen a little more at the sleep clinic. You know what I mean? Because after she pulls out a head out of a dream, and then it's okay, that's that. Have a nice day. Here's your bill. Please.
That's called, I don't get paid enough to deal with this bullshit. Go ahead and go home.
A million questions. Like, she clearly had that on her when she went in there. Let's do something with this. But that's not even really a complaint. That's the only thing I can find to complain about the original. It's not even a complaint. It's just kind of an observation. The remake? I think the molestation angle was mishandled here. It was almost given too much gravity. Yeah, I mean, it didn't work. It just didn't work. The whole molestation thing, it was a little more mysterious first time around, and they just gave it to you right on a silver platter here. I mean, fuck.
On a very gross silver platter.
If Zombie would have done this, I mean, I can imagine it being worse, but I mean, but who knows, man? These guys, I didn't like that at all, and it really, really pulled me out of that fucking movie. Just kind of going like, this is gross, man. Making me think about this.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
I think you gave it too much fucking thought, man. It was just a plot. I didn't think about it at all. I thought about more him physically abusing the kids and molesting them, like sexually molesting them. That's
kind of hard, man.
They just shove it in your face so hard. I mean, yeah, I personally can't get over that fact either. That's a big reason why I hate the remake so much, is because of the molestation angle being so heavily thrown at you. I hate it. But yeah, let's see. Any more comments from you two on the worst scenes? Because I got a few from the audience.
Bring it on.
Yeah, I'm good. Let's hear their thoughts.
Let's bring it on. Let's see. Christopher Montoya says the original Rod getting hung by his own bedsheet was the only mad kill. Agreeing with you there, Colonel. The remake was full of crappy fast cut scenes. Like, show the kill already. Yeah. It had a lot of that 2010 filmmaking quick cut bullshit that I really hate.
Fucking guy made music videos for a living. What'd you expect?
Well, right. I mean,
Music videos are 3
bad
minutes,
person
30
did.
seconds of quick cuts.
Bad person to get to make a movie. And Bill,
This guy got this gig, man.
yeah. Bill says worst scenes was Nancy's interaction with her mother in the original. I hated her mom and wanted to punch her in the face.
That's why she was awesome, because she played that drunken, worthless piece of shit to a T.
Yeah, they kind of got rid of that in the remake.
I hated about the remake that I didn't care, that I love so much about the original. And the original, the kids, they feel like they're on their own. You know, the parents don't believe them. Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. It's nothing. Nothing's going to hurt you. Da 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 da. In the fucking remake, it's like the parents are willing to fucking help. They're there. They're in their lives. It kind of takes that, you know, kind of takes a little bit of the fear off. Like, oh, I'm on my own. I got to do this myself.
Right.
No one's going to listen to us. That's where it's like, fuck you, Dad. Fuck you. You killed an innocent man. Oh, wait a minute. No, he did diddle me. Just that's for you, BK, since you like me saying diddle.
There is a sense in the first one that those events of killing Kruger eventually destroyed their marriage, her fucking self mindset, because she's a horrible alcoholic. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's implied there. I mean, but subtly, and it's just so good. I mean, her dysfunction is on full display, and really, she's drunk herself to the point of not even caring about her own kid at the time, even though she's bringing up that fucking original scar that caused this whole fucking thing. Until that epic scene in the basement in the boiler.
I mean, literally the last time we see, not the last time, but one last time we see Nancy's mom. Nancy's putting her to bed. Nancy's the mother. She's the child, essentially. It's
right.
And mother, give me the keys. It's all locked. It's locked. All locked up. You're going to get some rest if it kills me. Sweet, man.
And BK says,
yeah, she did great. You're supposed to not like her, you know?
Yeah, she was a good hateable parent for sure. He says Nancy's mom through the front door window was better than every kill in the remake. Which
that's what is there's not a more rubber foot on display in any movie in the history of filmmaking, but it's all right. I still love it.
It's all right. It's forgivable.
Yes. After that ride, that wonderful ride Wes Craven gave us, I can forgive a rubber casting that fit through a 12 by 14 inch hole.
Sure. And
we saw that fucking house, dude. It's small.
Sure. The only movie that uses the quick cut technique that really worked for me was Crank. Not the movie, not our dude, of course. Fair enough there.
Yeah. Crank was fun. That was a good quick cut movie.
And Luke says the only scene I don't like in the original is when Nancy's dad finds her defending Rod after he gets arrested.
Yeah, because he's like, "What the hell are you going to school anyway for?" Yeah, you know,
why are you hanging out with a bad crowd like him?
He's got to be dad. He's got to be dad. But I think he's too much sheriff, more than dad.
Well, you know, when you have a hairpiece like that, you command fucking respect.
Dude, right. And I think it was wasted too, because he kicked some ass and Entered the Dragon just 10 years before with Bruce Lee fights, you know? I mean, the dude can throw down.
Hell yeah.
At least they kind of redeemed the character in Dream Warriors, I think. So
they don't show as much of his destructed life too, but it's all there, man. Like what they did ruin their happiness.
All right. Luke kind of follows that up with, the best part of the remake was when I was watching it with my wife and she wanted to score instead. I can feel that. Not really, but
She said, "Hey, Luke!"
Fuck you!
And with that, off they went.
quite literally. All right, boys, you ready to move on to the second to last topic here?
Sure, I can do it.
Finale.
Talking about the finales, which, once again, very different. One had an air of tension and was very uncomfortable. The other was, thank God it's fucking over, but still not a good finale. What are your thoughts, boys?
Okay.
Zigzag?
Yeah, we did kind of already touch on these again. I mean, the importance of the original, facing your fear, standing up to your demons. These are the messages, you know, and she wins. Or does she? You know, I mean, we get our, of course, twisty ending at the end with the rubber feet going through the window and the car driving off with our heroes. But everyone's back to life and looking all fresh as daisies again. But, you know, it's good. I felt great. It's like you walk out of that movie because it even ends when she gets pulled through that door. They just kind of do a boom, you know, and then it kind of cuts to the kids jump roping with the fucking song.
Yeah.
To silence, you know. Fucking sweet. Remake, same type of jump scare. Mom bringing daughter home and everything's gonna be great. It's all good. They follow her throwing the keys on the thing, and then as she stands back up, he's in the fucking mirror and grabs her, pulls her into the mirror. Honestly, looked better, a little more effective than the original one, I thought.
Sure.
Her reaction is great. It's a great scream to end on. That's cool. But not enough, dude. At this point, that's your payoff? No. Colonel?
Yeah, I mean, the original, the fucking finale was great. You got a great chase scene. I mean, you get all the emotions. Please, not right now. I will talk to you later. Sorry. Now's not the time for someone to jump on screen. So let me start over. Original, great chase scene. You get all the scares, all the tension. Hell, you even get a great long fucking burn. That body burn was fucking phenomenal. Obviously, if you're watching it, Freddy gained about 200 pounds, but still, it's fucking awesome. And you got like even the footsteps from the basement, the fire footsteps going up the stairs. And then, like you said, you kind of get the dream within a dream within a dream. Like, I love the way she beat her demons, but she didn't beat the demons. The demons still won.
Mm-hmm.
The remake, I mean, yes, at the very end when he jumps to the mirror, that was really cool. I will say that's probably the one thing the remake has over the original is that final jump scare. I thought, of course, it looked better because it's going to look better. They're not pulling a fucking blow-up doll through a fucking little window. Like, but I mean, even like Freddy getting decapitated, that was kind of cool, the fight, but it wasn't as nearly as satisfying. It felt cheap, like most of the movie felt.
Mm-hmm.
It did nothing for me. It's like, oh, well, that's cool. But
Too little, too late.
Exactly. Again, I remember those in school. I don't know how sharp they are, but I don't know if it's sharp enough to decapitate a motherfucker.
Who cares at
I
this point?
haven't cut paper with one of those things in fucking years. Like I don't know.
Sure.
So I'll take their fucking word for it, but I kind of have my doubts.
Hey man, those things were sharp as fuck, dude. I remember kid getting all cut up on it, leaving a trail of blood out to the office and the teacher and everything. It was like, yeah, that was first grade.
I just always want to reenact the scene from the Monster Squad when they're doing their montage, where he's got the paper and he's cutting up their business cards. It's all shitty because it's like, all wrinkled up on fucking paper. So it's get good, son. You need better business cards. But yeah, I just always wanted to recreate that scene. Just cutting fucking paper, going rocking till you drop, dance until your feet fall off. But that's never going to happen. I'll be 40 at the end of the year, and I still haven't done it. So
Get yourself a paper cutter.
I might.
the original, the dream within a dream within a dream. The demons win, but I think that's the point. Is you gotta keep your guard up. A threat is always going to be there for that metaphor of living. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's what I felt like he was going for anyway. I mean, because otherwise that ending's kind of corny if you don't put something to it, you know?
Well, the ending was for a chance of a fucking sequel. I'm telling you. I know Wes was done, but Robert was like, we might have something.
Yeah, Shay was going, hey, no. Hold on here. We're going to look how much fucking dough we made off this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, man, with the original, I mean, it really stuck out to me. The first time I watched her when I was a teenager, just when she's talking to her mom, you can immediately tell that something's off. She's happy. She's calm. She's talking about not drinking anymore. And the viewer just knows that, like, yep, she's still in a dream. Shit's fucked up right now. Like, it's just that, and it gives off that air of uneasiness. Like, all right, what's going to happen next?
Soft lens. It's like they're still dreaming. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And she gets in the car, and of course the topper flips over, and it's Freddy's colors, and it's so good. I love the whole original finale. I love a good finale, and Nightmare gets a big thumbs up for me. The remake, just kind of underwhelming. I mean, I remember just now when I watched it, I'm just like, really? That's how it ended? Because I didn't remember exactly how it ended. I'd only watched it once before.
I just remember I go, something with a mirror. You know, when they were walking in, I knew that.
I didn't remember that much.
There's the mirror. But it did get me. I was like, oh, cool. I did. I was like, I remember that now. That was probably the best fucking thing about that movie.
Probably. Even then, just ugh.
But just shame on you guys. How the fuck did that script get in front of cameras, man? Who fucking Robert Shea said okay to this?
Well, he was listed as a producer, but you gotta remember, after they made this, he's done, dude. New Line Cinema's already been bought by Time Warner or whatever. And he's
2010.
Yeah.
29 probably when they made it. So.
All right.
Ah.
Even Paula agrees. Loved when the convertible top pops up and it's Freddy's sweater.
Oh, that's fucking awesome, man.
So good.
The nightmare continued.
It's a dream within a dream. There is no escape.
No escape. Keep your guard up, motherfuckers.
Let's see. Derek says, remake director should have been like, the last scream must be the ultimate respect. Use the Wilhelm scream. The Wilhelm classic.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, that was the stand-apart acting, too, of the whole movie, that last scream. That was the most alive that bitch was in the whole movie.
Bill Wolf says, how about the Easter egg in the original? If you watch closely, when Freddy jumps from the tree when he's chasing Tina, his glove is on the wrong hand.
What if it's just like a reversed image or something they did?
I'll have to rewatch it.
That's possible. Yeah, I never realized this. It's cool.
I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck Nancy, granted she's been up for a while, is going to fall asleep watching The Evil Dead.
Especially when it was
getting really fucking good, too, at that point.
Yeah.
I know.
Shit's hitting the fan already like that.
That was funny.
I loved that was in there, though. I loved that even back in '84. I was like, Evil Dead!
That was sweet. That's a sweet little throw. And they did that quite a bit in horror movies back then, putting other horror movies in there. I've loved it. They don't really do that anymore. It's
Halloween had The Thing, and Night of the Living Dead and Halloween 2. And
well, my more recent one that was a favorite was them watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 and Child's Play remake. And the reason why I like it is because they were showing it out of fucking sequence, and it irritated the shit out of me.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
What are you gonna do though? I mean, they probably cut it. The thing is running. Go ahead, BK.
BK says this was a small handful of movies that absolutely did not need to be remade. Stop when great is great. P.S. They're about to fucking ruin Christine. Just say
Christine, Cujo, and something else.
That does bring us up to our next topic pretty well. Segue.
All right.
Did we need a remake? This is the final topic for tonight.
I don't mind a remake, but you got to do it better and differently than what we had. You don't have Robert Englund. That all you need to know that you've got to start the recipe from fucking scratch again. You can add a couple of familiar flavors to it, but you can't go down the same fucking paths. If you try that, you will fail every time. At this point, I am not sure this movie can be redone. This idea can be explored any further at this point because we've seen what happens. You had a competent actor come in, granted with a shit script, but he still couldn't pull it off. So I don't know if this shit can be done, but make the remake. You got to do it right, Colonel.
No, I agree. Did we need a remake? Fuck no, we didn't. I mean, do we really need a whole lot of remakes? Most of them no, because there's only a handful that are superior than the fucking original. It rarely happens. And Nightmare, again, just let it sleep. I think it's fine the way it is. Like I stated earlier, you're not going to replace Robert Englund. And I will die on the hill that you're never, I mean, you're going to, maybe 20 years from now, yes. Once he's, unfortunately, whenever he sadly passes away and then you get a new generation, you know I really wish we had tonight in the audience was someone who's seen the remake before the original.
Oh.
I want to see their take on it, just how they think and how they view it. I mean, hell, like I said, 2010, I was a fucking adult, dude. Like, I was a dad. Like, I was out of college and everything. I had done seen Nightmare on Elm Street movies dozens of fucking times. I was jaded. Like, I went into this excited, but like you, Zach, once the first scene played, I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go again. Like, it's going to be shit. I don't think I ever fairly gave it a chance. Even now, I'm harsher on it now than I was then. Because it's such a bad fucking movie. It's like, it's not The Resort bad. It's not the film that want to be named bad. But it's pretty fucking bad. Like, you could see, even watching it now, I can see where there was potential for it to be good. Not great, but just good. And they fucking dropped the ball.
It's disrespectful to the original.
It is.
Very much so. Like I said, I'm going to throw the Friday the 13th remake up there. Yeah, I fall asleep through it every time, but it's a far better movie than this. Far better fucking movie. They're telling the story and this and that, how he gets around. It doesn't take away from the movie, kind of like where I felt like this one, telling Freddy's background, kind of did. For different reasons from you two, but I just didn't think it was fucking necessary.
Yeah.
He's such a well-established character, you don't need that. People really didn't know how Jason got around Crystal Lake so fucking fast.
Yeah.
It made sense to add that to it.
Sure.
Where this, it's like, dude, the blueprint's right fucking there. You don't need to reinvent the fucking wheel. Just
come up with cool dreams.
Better, yeah. And they couldn't even come up with that. I mean, like I said, a lot of the deaths, kills, scenes were the same, and they were fucking worse.
Yeah, I would have taken a completely different approach to this. As far as Friday the 13th and its remake, we're going to get to that one eventually on here, too, in this format. So
Sure we will. Hopefully for a while, though.
I don't expect as much hate for that remake than I did for this one, but Jesus.
We'll get there when we get there.
What'd you think?
Puts it pretty well.
Remake?
Oh, no. I mean, I pretty much agree with what Luke says. Remakes work better when the original source isn't good to begin with. A good example being Last House on the Left. If the original movie was fine, I don't think it ever needs to be remade. So my answer is just a clean no.
No.
But I expect it at this point.
Last House on the Left's kind of a bad example, though, because
I'm not remembering the remake of that one.
That's got this was the first time you saw who Wes Craven was for real, who he was. And
boy, what a fucked up school teacher, man.
Yeah, the grit involved here with that. Now the remake is squeaky clean compared. There's no grit. It's just a Hollywood soft retelling of that, and that one doesn't drive me as batty as Nightmare on Elm Street's remake, but because I really like the ending when they paralyzed him and stuck his fucking head in the microwave. That was fucking hilarious, man. That's almost dark comedy funny.
Sure.
But yeah, I have respect for the original source material, Last House on the Left, because that's one of those first times we got one of those real, grounded in reality, gritty ass, real people are capable of this type things, you know. And
See, I'll admit, you guys are saying, you felt uncomfortable that there was too much about the child molestation in here. Last House on the Left is something I've watched once and I can't watch it again. It's too gritty and real, especially in a particular scene. I don't do those kind of movies, man. So I haven't even seen the remake. I'm like, I haven't seen it.
Sure.
That's kind of where I draw the line. I can't do that.
The remakes, dude. Again, it's stylized, so it's nothing like the first time around, and it's complete. It's a revenge story, completely, and that's the focus. Where you're ready to turn that shit off at any second, that original one, but then when you do get to the payoff, it fucking works like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, it paid off. Yeah. Like, that's one of the ones where I'm like, I've seen it once.
Yeah,
I think I'm good on it, man. Because
I understand.
I fast forward past all that bullshit.
It just tells me I liked Craven even then. When I first time I saw that, I was probably 10. And I just went like, I just like this style, and then of course we were just starting to get, Fuck the Hills Have Eyes we had, and so I knew I was into this director, even though I didn't know I liked it. It mattered that a director would change the style of a film so much.
I can feel that. Adam Christopher has just signed up to be a camp counselor.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
Wait a minute. That deserves the proper response.
Yes.
I think thank you, Adam. I think I'm going to fucking playfully gloat here. I don't mean a goddamn thing. But it's funny how when I say, if you want to become a member, we get one. You're fucking quitting. I'm just fucking around.
Fair enough.
But for you getting us a fucking subscriber tonight, Colonel, we're going to give the subscriber and you a wino. That's right. If you want a wino too, all you got to do is sign up and you'll have one right now. We'll make it happen.
That's right. DeathCurseSociety.com.
Shit.
Woo. I'm sorry. Wow.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I just want that drunk dude behind me with sucker punching one fucking time.
Oh, I know.
It's
so funny. So funny. Him just slow walking.
Handed out. He wanted something. He's like, what is this? Some money over here? What's going on?
Yeah, what the hell?
I'll do that noise too. Ooh-ah!
Back to the remake talk a little bit.
Yes.
Tarek says, it's a paradox. The only reason to want a remake is because you love the original, which is also the best reason to not remake it.
Tarek, I'm excited every time one of these pieces of shit gets announced, though. My first guttural reaction is excitement. And then I start thinking, oh, fuck. And I've been beaten over the head repeatedly. So now I learned to fear this. But I still can't help that initial couple seconds of going and being excited.
I know. I'm kind of with you, Zach. I remember when I announced Halloween 2018. I was fucking pumped. A new fucking Halloween movie. Here we go.
And it looked good.
And like I said, compared to the other two, it's really not that bad of a movie. And at least this wasn't a remake. It's just a different storyline, essentially. Which helps, too, when you're watching it, just to know. Okay, the first one did happen. Everything after that didn't.
Right.
But it helps. Just
Well, hey, dude. The best example, obviously, I was so stoked about The Fog being remade. I was so happy. I mean, that made my fucking week that week. I was so happy. I was so fucking delighted. I can't wait. I put it on the calendar. Yeah, I was ready.
But back then, kids, you had to write shit actually physically on the calendar because you didn't have a cell phone to put it in.
Right.
Well, that was 2007.
No, I thought it was 2005.
5? Okay.
Either way, smartphones weren't a thing. So, no, you didn't have fucking calendars on your phone. Like,
It might have still been just getting the keyboards on there at that point, you know.
I've got Angelo in the house saying Fat Zombie looks happy and in good company.
Angelo Mariano has done it again. Give me the signal screen here, Colonel, if you would.
All right, hold on. Let me kill that comment.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to do it.
I can do it.
There you go.
Take a look at this bad motherfucker here. This is the boat zombie, Zombie Do. Now, he's with his brothers. I've united them in a way. They're all three of these paintings from Zombie to Zombie Flesh Eaters, Zombie if you're a U.S. citizen, whatever you want to call it. But Fulci, I got this whole Fulci wall happening here. City of the Living Dead on this side. A little bit of some loose things in here just to fill some spots. But, I mean, mostly this. But look at these paintings. And then I put the other new ones up there with the fire. Oh, so good, man. Angelo Mariano. You can get the shirts. We're working out which one we're going to do next. You guys are going to vote on which shirt we release for the second release in the series. And we're going to get to it, but we'll be getting to the boat guy eventually. It's going to happen. Look at those colors. You have to. You have to. Angelo, mwah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Great work, Angelo.
Angelo does great work. They look fucking great. I'm just going to say this. Your Fulci wall looks like you can go a little more beyond what you have.
Yeah, I've got a good Beyond piece I'm going to put up. Don't worry.
Better. You fucking better.
I got my Jill bobblehead, but I found a way, obviously, to put, I've got some of the Paul Bearer press figures up there, and my Holy Grail is right here. I'm not going to open it, but that's my Worm Eye Zombie custom that is worth, it's a 4-figure figure. How about that?
Pretty sweet.
Yeah. And it's autographed by Ian McCullen, star of
That's right.
Flesh Eater.
I had pictures to prove it, but I know I sent them to Greg, so I deleted them.
I got them.
I hope you still got them because they're gone now. I deleted them off my phone.
Next week, we'll flip it around and you'll see it's more Fulci, Evil Dead, and now The Fog on the other wall. So I got the whole Fog collection up, the comic books, the script, the Japanese lobby cards, the action figures, and the graphic novel and the paperback. So it's all there. And the fucking autograph record, of course, with everybody alive from The Fog, including director John Carpenter. You'll see that next week.
All right. Well, let's reel it back in. Nice collection, Zach, especially with Angela's paintings. So let's reel it in real quick and see our audience's thoughts on if there needed to be a remake or not, so we can close this topic.
Right, I've got some more comments here. Gina says, this isn't quite in the remake topic, but whatever. We were spoiled with the great horror movies that we had, but given the younger generations coming up, they see the remakes, then happen to see the originals. I could see them liking the remakes more over the originals, which not in the case for me, but I could see that.
Yeah, Faze, you're a fucking aberration though when it comes to this kind of thing. You know what I mean? You're an old soul, as I like to say.
That's true. I mean, when I go to the theater with some other people like my age, it's a very different. Like they're not like me as far as.
Your mom raised you right. You were seeing these things as a young child.
My dad too. He showed me a lot of horror.
But yeah, yes, you're right though. I could see based on the babies of today, the kids of today, they're used to this technology. They're not as bothered by CGI and the like because they never had to go through that practical effect stage and see that. It probably looks very cheap and silly to them. I get it. But
well, I mean, also just mention how old these movies are. Right? We really think about it. I mean, I remember watching this shit when I was like 6 years old. Well, like I said, here we are on the 40th anniversary in November of the original. I don't know about Little Ziggy, but I don't have a nickname for her yet. So Sarge's older sister, if I show her anything that's too old, 50 years old, God, that's old. I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch the original It. I'll just watch the new ones. They look like it's. Eventually, I think they're going to age out to where the kids, this younger generation, is going to watch these remakes first. They'll be like, okay, well, let me see what the original was about. They're going to judge it just based on the fucking year it came out. I'm telling you, it's going to start happening.
I disagree. I don't see there was such a quantum leap from like Universal to like slashers and that kind of thing. You know what I mean? How the landscape. It was a different planet, Colonel, than how they were making movies back in the like 40s and 50s and even into the 60s.
Well, I agree, but what did I have as a kid that these kids don't have? Video stores. I've seen all these old movies. I've seen the cover.
Sure.
I could pick them.
But
now they stream everything. They're not going to go back and look for that old shit unless they have parents like me. It's like, hey, watch this, watch this.
They're there. They are still there in those streamings, though. They can find them if they're looking.
Yeah, how hard you have to fucking look though on these streaming services.
It's not as walking into a video store and seeing them presented to you that way. That was a wonderful, masterful time to be alive, But
I miss it.
Yeah,
and in the 80s, it was even better for you guys. I was at the ass end of it.
Literally, dude. Like,
yeah.
Shit, how my local video store closed down probably when you were like 3. So the fact you even found
we had family video in my area until I was like 13.
Fuck, I was 12 years old when the first Elm Street came out, man.
Yeah, family video is one of the last ones standing, man.
Yeah.
I remember I was all excited. I finally got my membership card. When I turned 18, I was like, fuck yeah. The store closes in 6 months. I was like, fuck.
Yep. Damn.
I still got a Blockbuster card somewhere in a drawer somewhere.
Oh, nice.
I don't know, man. I just think this day and age, it's way different. But I mean, there's no reason we can't still make good things, and make them even the right way. But my point is, what I wanted to say was, do you think we'll get to a point to where, like, how we look at those old black and white movies? I mean, and now, granted, you and I, FaZe, we like that kind of thing. We go and visit those here and there. Do you see these movies like from the 70s, let's say mid-70s through 2000, being kind of put into a section, like an era? As you will.
I kind of answer to that real quick, and then we'll let FaZe. So it's because I really have an example. You'd be surprised at how many people just fucking around on these horror groups, say like on Facebook. Let me say Dawn of the Dead. They think the fucking remake. That's my example right there, dude. It's happening.
That hurts, man.
That does hurt, actually.
Like I'm like, oh, I love Dawn of the Dead. Oh yeah, like, no, the original. Like you have to say the original now.
And I've had people tell me, and not to fuck with me, to literally look at me and go, "Oh, that's a much better movie, the 2004 one." I'm all like, I always come back with, yes, they did a great job tributing the source material that they did not write. So
right.
But that's absolute blasphemy to me. You can't say that. I mean.
But it's happening. Sorry, FaZe. He said that, and I was like, dude, I got your prime example. What? It's happening.
No, right.
Go ahead.
To answer your question, I mean, it's like they already kind of are. I mean, pretty much everything from the 70s to the 90s is already being labeled as retro, and a lot of kids these days, they see the word retro and they want to stay the fuck away. It's too bad. But, and I hate using the term kids these days, but because not everyone, I don't like categorizing them all in the same way. Because obviously, I'm sure there's going to be one or two in the group that are like me that appreciate the old school. But,
okay, so how do we explain the overwhelming success of Terrifier to the modern audiences?
Because it's a modern
slasher.
It's not old.
Yeah.
It's new.
Yeah.
I mean, we just talked about this a few years ago. Horror is kind of having this golden age again. I mean, horror is saving the movie theaters right now. So they're watching Terrifier. They're watching Get Out. They're watching Midsummer. These are going to be the one. I hate to tell you, these are going to be the movies these kids are showing their kids before they show them, Friday the 13th Part 5. You know what I'm saying? Like they might show them Halloween, but it's not going to be. That's just the way it's going to be, man.
Terrifier though looks like it could have come from the 80s. Is my point.
But they don't know that's coming from the 80s. They just know it's what's hot now. Like,
I don't know. I'm not too worried about the future as far as that's concerned. It's whatever happens, happens.
But like I said, they're still going to watch them because they're still going to old ass people like us showing our kids, showing our grandkids, hey, check this out. Like, it's still going to happen. They're just not going to be as, like, I don't think Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is going to be as popular as it's not now, as the original. The original is one of those classics. But, like I said, it's going to change over eventually.
I don't know. I still think I still think if you make a movie that's of good quality and not just ham-fisted and just made for the sake of making, a passion film, a horror movie made right, it's still gonna work. It's still gonna make money. And it's
I'm not debating that at all with you. I'm just saying we're talking about the classics living on. They'll live on. They're just not going to be as popular as they are with our generation. You know what I mean?
And again, that's our charge. That's our fucking cross to bear, is to beat that drum for keep the reminders going.
Right.
That shit. I can relate.
Yeah.
Have to.
Adam Christopher says walking into a video store and seeing the empty VHS case behind the cover was the best thing ever. I miss it. We all miss it.
Yeah, it was fucking phenomenal. Not just movies, even games. I want to let you guys know.
Games.
Secret back in my day. All right, so I really wanted to rent Resident Evil 2 for the PlayStation.
Oh God.
Parents wouldn't let me. Oh no, well, you can't. And when I was watching the fucking movies, they wouldn't let me play these games. So my stepdad really didn't pay much attention. So I took the Resident Evil, put it behind Crash Bandicoot. I was like, "Hey, can I rent this?" He's like, "Yeah, go ahead." And I just there we go.
Nice.
There's a way around it.
They never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the PlayStation was. They never see me. The PlayStation was in my room anyway. Like,
Play one of the best games ever made.
yeah.
Yep, I remember going into the video store, and Burial Ground was one I reserved early. First time, because it's some Italian stuff that never came to screens around here. Supernaturals was one. The biggest one of them all, because it never got a theatrical release around here anyway, and we got everything, was Day of the Dead. It got an X rating for theatrical release because he's like, I'm not cutting nothing out of this. And so we were devastated, man. We couldn't go see it. And then my video store, Universal Sight and Sound in Westland, they got their little video catalog out and everything. And on the back cover, a full fucking ad for Day of the Dead coming next month, dude. And I walked out of there fully chubbed, ready to go. Yeah, it was fucking sweet.
You're doing one of these, huh?
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Damn.
come on. You know what I mean? We were already huge fans of Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead, obviously. And this was our fucking George Romero for us, finally, one at our age. And we got fucking pimped because the MPAA decided it's too intense for guys like you. Assholes.
Damn it.
That's the big one, man. Yeah, but that video store, goddamn, man, there's so much good stuff. So much.
Well, guys, we should probably cut this pretty soon here. You got any final thoughts for this original versus remake?
I do. Even though we're just kind of talking about this, I'm gonna go just like literally 5 minutes ago. Parents, if you're out there, don't let your kids know that this remake fucking exists.
Yeah.
Just show them the original. They'll find it on their own eventually. They'll try to rebel against you and be like, "Oh, fuck that! I'm gonna watch the remake." So, see, I'm allergic to that bullshit I'm spewing. Just fucking watch the original. It's the only one that exists. Like, again, you're taking a fucking legendary horror film as a fucking Nightmare on Elm Street hater, self-proclaimed. I'll tell you, the first is one of the best horror films ever fucking made. There's no denying that. The remake is just one of the worst remakes made. So I guess they're both the best at something.
That's fucking beautifully poetic, Colonel. I love that, man. Yeah, I was just going to say the same kind of thing. Here you have one of the most perfect, polarizing, dominating, intimidating, scary horror movies ever made. Ever. Almost a perfect horror film. And then on the other side of it, you have an absolute disaster of an attempt to try to revisit this world. And just, it's not even the same fucking neighborhood, man. So, yeah. I never have to see this remake again, and I'll be fine with that.
I'm happy with that fact. It's never again. But yeah. Let's see here. Any more finishing comments here? I mean, Adam Christopher says Remake could have been worse. Freddy could have just walked around the woods for almost 2 hours.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. I think people are being a little too harsh on a violent nature. It deserves the criticism, but I've seen worse. Like I said, the gimmick just did get really fucking old after 30 minutes. I will agree to that.
Just don't worry, dude. I've got a ultimate bit coming right man. So we're gonna.
Man, Elvira is going crazy over there.
Yeah, she's like, hurry up and.
Yep.
She's probably like, feed me.
Well, guess we might as well wrap this up.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. The comments were electric tonight. It was hard to keep up. And of course, Colonel, would you like to kick off the thanking of the members?
Well, fucking of course. Thanks to our members. We'll start with the final girls and guys. C-Phase, Raina, BD Mags, and Tyron Swigert. Next, we'd like to thank our Crazy Rouse, Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Raymond, and the whole damn Enchilada podcast. Last but not least, our camp counselors, Corey, Luke, Dave, Jimmy, Stacy, Orlando, Patricia, Christian, JJ, and Adam. Thank you.
Sorry, so we added the Adam in there to threw the timing off.
Oh, it's all good. Thanks again, Adam, for joining us during the show. We'll get you on the list next week here, hopefully.
Yeah, right. Just in time to get him a shirt, too, I think.
Also, like I said, if you want to be like Adam, become a member to support the DCS, be sure to visit our website at deathcursesociety.com.
That's right.
And he's not allowed to do it twice. Also, like to thank our associate producer, C-Phase, for all that he does behind the scenes.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate you, buddy. And like I said, you earned your spot not to get kicked out, at least for a couple months.
At least for a little while. You guys don't want to get knocked down the tube.
Yeah.
Crank's got to get out of assignment before you fire me.
Yeah, so we'll keep you on your toes when Crank's ends.
We just got to, once in a while, just got to flex that muscle just to make sure it still works. So, but yeah, man, dudes, ladies, and gentlemen, there you have it. Nightmare on Elm Street. Colonel, we doing that next week? 17?
Let's not tease anything yet. I mean, if we kind of doing like a back-to-back thing, I'd still like to do it. Maybe the other open date.
I was typing that as you said the other date next week. So okay, I won't say it then.
We'll figure it out.
Just say it'll be fun. Like,
yeah. Basically, I'm tired of the Colonel running his cocksucker. I got to straighten him out.
No, I got to straighten him out because there are better movies out there.
Uh-huh.
Not saying this movie is bad by any means. It's not. It's just not the best.
Expect a lot of that when we get to this show.
And I will be moderating this argument when it comes.
Yeah.
It'll be a friendly debate.
If you think about it, it's pretty obvious.
I don't know.
Obvious.
Some of the deeper fans might be able to guess.
It's all right, man. So next week we'll have something. We were going to have some things happening from a convention, but we're not going to it now. So that date is open. So we're going to get something in there for you. We'll figure it out. And yeah, man. But I fucking love the hell out of you for coming in and listening to us spew every week.
Mm-hmm.
It's just awesome. Some good stuff. The convention circuit is right upon us, man. And we're a couple of weeks away from Indianapolis and Days of the Dead. So
yeah, that's
another
quick, dude. I just realized it looking at the calendar today. I'm like, God damn.
It's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks.
That's like 3 weeks.
And another round of Curse Your Luck Live, and we're going to tear it up Indianapolis style. If you're anywhere in the area, come and join us. If not, we'll be right here on Monday. We'll wrap that shit up there back then. We got a couple of great shows coming up. Me and Colonel are going to get toe-to-toe, nose-to-nose on one. You're not going to want to miss it.
No, you're not.
Then, baby, it's going to be good. I'll just go ahead and say it, man. For Phase, for the Colonel, I'm Zigzag. We are Death Curse Society, and we will see you on the flip side. DCS fucking out.
Wash your dick.
French, but you're an asshole. Asshole!